and everything will be okay. So time starts when I hit continue here, and I'm immediately going to equip to my hotkeys heal minor wounds and flare. I would have already reset because I wasted a second because I accidentally hit caps lock when I was supposed to hit tab when I was undoing it. There's a lot of different buttons I gotta hit. A lot, and it's really, really confusing. Of course, there's already WASD for movement, E for interact. I bind 1 to heal, 2 to my damage weapon, and 3 to my speed juice that you'll see later on. And F1 through F4 are the different tabs in your menu, so I use those to go into my menu. Tab is to go into menu if you already have that menu tab open. Caps lock is to toggle running on and off, and shift is to crouch. And also shift is to drop things in your inventory while you're in your inventory. Okay, so you'll be seeing me hitting these guys a lot, which I gotta do because while they're aggroed towards me, they run faster, and all I have to do is bring them to certain locations on the map.
Never mind. Get that gate open.
If I do a single flare right there, it just reduces the amount of hits that I have to do on him right here by 1. So I can hit him 4 times with my fists.
We're not out of this yet.
You. I've seen you. Let me...
But it's going to start off a little slow,
We must keep moving.
but then it's going to pick up really quickly, and it's going to be pretty hard to focus on anything.
Better not close this one. There's no way.
But I hope my commentary will be okay. I'm just winging it, really. So we immediately aggro Glenroy, and we want Captain Reynolds to be up here in the front. If you can't really remember characters' names, she's the girl. So you always want the girl to come first.
Accept your surrender.
Just remember that rule whenever you speedrun Oblivion. The girl comes
Close
first.
up left. Protect the Emperor.
Are you all right, sire? We're clear for now.
Captain Renault.
So I can put my fists away because I'll move faster when they're sheathed. Sheathing my fists. And I'm going to jump now so I get a notification that lets me know my fatigue is low. I'm going to get that notification at some point in the run already, so I might as well just do it then. I'm going to hit Glenroy 3 times the flare, so the next time that I have to aggro him it'll be a lot easier and a lot quicker. I need to do it quickly the next time that I aggro him. This wall breaks randomly. Oh, that was a really quick wall break. It can take like 10 more seconds. But now I loot this corpse and the next one. Because when I duplicate items fairly soon, spoiler, I'm going to need to have the items from both the corpses. So the corpse on the left had lockpicks. No, it had a potion, I believe. It had arrows, which is the most important, and I think lockpicks also. Both the corpses combined have lockpicks, potion, flashbolt, chameleon, and arrows. So I use arrows to dupe the potion and the chameleon scroll, and then I will use the chameleon scroll to dupe the lockpicks, the flashbolt scroll, and that's about it. But this is casually just walking through. We don't have any speed boost advantage. We just walk, we walk past all the enemies. We don't take off our clothes, actually. We used to take off the clothes, but we realized that the clothes in the beginning of the game make no difference on movement speed at all. So it's only a waste of like 2 seconds to take off your clothes. So we're no longer naked in this run, which is nice. But I kind of wish we were, because we go to Oblivion very often. Spoiler, the game Oblivion, we take place in Oblivion. And, you know, want to get a good full body tan in there. I'm pretty pale as a high elf. And also I'll describe this category. This is no out of bounds, no OOB, so I won't be clipping out of bounds. Which isn't fun. Like, clipping out of bounds is boring. And really inconsistent.
Here they come again.
This is really accurate, the way that I aggro these guys. I have to flare him during that dialogue. It aggravates this next wave of enemies.
They cannot.
And he's on his walk back now. I'm going to select the steed as my sign to give me a little speed boost. And now the Emperor will immediately be following Glenroy. So the Emperor is like... It's really hard to make the Emperor a dick now this time around.
Stay away.
Alright.
I'll let you live this time, Kerr.
I need to get this dialogue or else he's going to be stuck out here forever. Alright, this is a decent pace. Typically on the door I like to get 530,
Hold up.
but 543 is fine.
Let me take a look.
Okay, this is the duping room and I have to just shut up and focus, so excuse me. I can push him a little bit, but here we go.
Looks clear. Come on. We're almost through to the sewers. That side passage back there. Worth a try. Let's go. I'll let you live this time. They're behind us. Wait here, sire.
Wait here with the Emperor. Guard him with your life.
Move.
For the Emperor!
I need to go back and catch up a few more lockpicks.
I can go now.
That was clutch. Those guys standing in the way really bothered me, though.
Die! No! You thought we'd go down easy?
We fail.
That was actually really quick because he came to the Emperor really soon. So that was duping.
I wasn't far.
We still do a little bit more duping later on. Yo, thank you, Zombie, for the raid and host, dude. Just in time for Oblivion.
More pig! More pig!
25 bucks from Dr. T Chop saying the law demands British accent. Thank you, Chops. That's awesome. Oh my... fuck you. Joe and Zuby and all the mods, if you guys could remind the chat to donate and show them incentives and stuff, tell them about Doctors Without Borders. I really appreciate that. I can't exactly explain duping. You can go to the Oblivion wiki, but during SGDQ, the Fun Cannon can try to explain it, or Albino Albatross can while they're behind me doing commentary. I'll be doing most of my Oblivion commentary, but during certain sections I'll ask to focus, and they can do all the talking.
Have a look at my wares.
I can just zone them out.
That's a good deal.
Alright, so I was talking about speed juice earlier, and we just went to our drug dealer friend to pick up a fresh batch. And that's a lot of skooma. So this is your brain. And this is your brain on skooma.
I'm Brother Joffrey. Well, Waste no time. You must find my...
So here you can see the full potential of the skooma when you use 8 at the same time. So, moving pretty quickly here. This game's never meant to be moved this fast. And this is at, like, base athletics. So if I had, like, super high athletics and acrobatics and all that, and I had a bunch of skooma, and, like, the boots of Spring Hill Jack or something, I can't even fathom what the speed would be then. Some, like, Half-Life 2 quality speed. But anyway, I can use 8 at the same time, and I go into my inventory, because I'm using 4 for my hotbar, and then 4 inside of the inventory. You can only use 5 skooma at once, but if you go into the inventory, you can bypass that, so you can go right below the limit twice. And this is the part where we just go through the main story as fast as we can, but we also do a lot of sequence breaking. So I'm here in Muskarkand right now. You're not supposed to be in this dungeon until much later on, but you do it now so you can just skip this quest, and it's on the way to the Kvatch Oblivion Gate, so you might as well. This is also a new thing that you guys haven't seen before in a marathon called skooma jumps. It's kind of precise, but a lot of practice you can get it down. If you're wondering why it's called skooma jumps, it's because we're on skooma, and then we press the jump button. I had a hard time understanding why at first. Oh. So this boss coming up is really hard. I have to focus. Man, that was tough. Okay, he's... Oh! There we go. Fun fact, the 2 zombies that he summoned will actually follow us for the entirety of the game. So if we ever get arrested and go to jail on accident, which is possible in a run, then they will actually be waiting for us outside the jail. So here comes a few more skooma jumps in this upcoming area. Not technically skooma jumps, they're more just like jumps while you're on skooma. But they're not off platforms or anything. It's just going to basically be some cool parkour. I'll put it that way. But here we are in the first Oblivion Gate. We gotta save Kvatch. I really shouldn't be doing this, because it's a marathon, and I can die in these situations, but I'm really not that bad at this. Some crazy stuff would really have to go down for this to get messed up. So we also skip a key coming up here in a second by doing a skooma jump in another room. It's kind of a fan favorite on skooma jumps, but it's also really hard to do. So I don't know if I like it as much as the fans do. There we go. That was I've never done it in that setup before. I just thought about it before this run, actually, and just thought that, like, the theory would work. So we got a lot of lockpicks now, so instead of getting keys, we just auto-attempt the locks. We could do another skooma jump in here to just skip some movement. And we drop down there to skip a cutscene.
Close the...
Alright, now we're ready to kick some ass. We're gonna clear our Kvatch of the remaining Daedra. Oh, this guy's juking. Got you right in the face. I didn't kill this guy assuming that they could kill one guy. But they couldn't even kill one guy. But now that we've saved the town, we can talk to Martin, who's very fundamental towards beating the game, of course. I've gotten pretty good at clicking my mouse. Now we're on the way back to the Wayne Priory so we can pick up Joffrey and Martin, and then head up to the Cloudriller Temple. Cloudriller Temple. Cloudriller Temple, which is like the hub of the main storyline. Whoops.
You cannot escape the master's vigilance.
The dawn is breaking!
I really hate that guy. He has such high health.
You're back. Cloud. We should get moving.
Okay, so now we're good to go because there's no enemies nearby. It's really annoying when you try to fast travel sometimes and there's enemies nearby. Oh, what? He's not here. So we gotta go back to the Wayne Priory. They never fast traveled. But they will now. Slight hiccup. Everything's okay. That can happen occasionally. Okay, so now this door will open. And I will skip this cutscene by just going and doing something else while we wait for them to do all the talking. And what we're going to do in the meantime is get a Daedric item. And the quickest one to get is the Mask of Clavicus File by collecting the Umbra and then going to the Clavicus File Shrine.
Well, well. Look who we've got here.
This guy's nice. Oh, he's really good at knowing right when I'm going to cast. It's kind of like a football. You just drop it, you don't know which direction it's going to go. Alright, now we're going to go kill Umbra to get the sword, which is conveniently named Umbra. I wouldn't be surprised if her bed is called Umbra, and her pet cat is named Umbra.
Umbra shall feed.
But she'll go this way automatically, so it's good to fish her out. Sometimes her sword can clip through the stairs, so you want to be careful. When I played the DLC of Oblivion on Xbox that gave you like this castle, there's this guy in a basement. I'll play it safe here, so I don't fall in that hole. There was a guy in the basement, in like the secret hut, where there was a couple enemies down there and they were really tough and they dropped good loot. And I finally killed them and they dropped the awesome loot, but all the loot clipped through the ground and I couldn't get it. So that sucked.
You approach.
So here at the Shrine of Clavicus File, we used to have to stand here and talk to him, but now we can just talk to the dog's ass instead and skip all the dialogue. And that was found a few days ago by Yimmery Yams, who's a runner of this game. So we seriously just talk to the dog's butt. And it saves 25 seconds.
Not much of a speed.
You have proven.
Alright, now I gotta do a lot of city movement so I can confront the Mythic Dawn and collect some books.
Good work. Hope you
So that guy had a book for us. We just took a wild guess and knew he would be there. Sometimes I use 5 skooma directly from my hotbar when it would save time over going into the inventory and adding 4 more. Typically used on short distance trips, such as that. I'll make sure it's 8:46 a.m. Use my skooma before talking to her so I can immediately move right afterwards to the door. And fast travel, because you cannot move when you're over encumbered, and skooma adds speed and strength. And we are currently carrying like 400 something skooma. Oh, 300 something, excuse me. We start off with 500 something.
I'm Finty. Good.
Okay, we just leave and come back, and then this man appears.
What do you...
So we just kind of talk to him until he stops talking. And then suddenly this guy realizes that he has to follow me. So... Oh, we're not waiting. That's the wrong button. So now we can go into the sewers and have a conversation with the Mythic Dawn. But the thing is, we don't know we're having that conversation yet. So we have to go into the sewers and then wait a little bit. And that hour of waiting that we do at the end of the sewers is all it takes for this guy that's actually following us right now to catch up to us. And when he's done following, when he follows us and talks to us, he's going to tell us, hey, we need to meet up in the sewer and have a meeting with the Mythic Dawn. But the thing is, we're already in the sewer because we've played this video game before. Another skooma jump, maybe. I'll try it again, actually. There we go. I've never done that backup before. It's typically just safe when you're on a run to just not do the backup. So I'm quick saving and then reloading to reduce the enemy aggro of anyone that's following me. And I'm going to wait 1 hour, add some skooma, talk to this guy, talk about the Mythic Dawn meeting, then leave the conversation, then leave the room. And then use some skooma again while I'm waiting for him to walk over there, and then talk to him, and then use the top option, because if I use the bottom option, then that wastes a lot of time and I have to reload that quick save. I use 2 more skooma to make a total of 5. I make sure to have a flashbulb equipped, and I listen for the footsteps. Once I hear the footsteps, I make sure to stand by the door and get a flashbulb ready, and then when he opens up the door's collision is not active when it's moving. And then I only take the book from him when he's taking the book, when he's falling on the ground. And this is the only actual lockpicking section of the game. I hope you enjoyed it. And now there's actually enemies following me again, so I'm going to quick save and then reload and then press F4 to go to the map section and then fast travel over to the Imperial City Palace. Oh. And I have to wait by the shrine. It's only available between 11:47 and 12:30 p.m. So I interact with it, I use skooma again, and I fast travel to the Black Waterside Stables. And this is the closest place on the way to the Shrine of Dagon. So when I'm in there, I will be stealing another book, because we're all about reading. It's kind of like a guy that's addicted to drugs. Or a girl, rather. I guess girls can still be called guys. Anyway. And then they try to go through rehab of taking up reading. Taking up some light bookage. We got some fawn outside, so we're safe. If there's wolves outside, we have to kill the wolves, so we don't have to worry about de-aggroing them, because we have to fast travel out of here later on. Alright, I'm going to talk fast again, so sorry about that. I have to kill this guy to get the key, and I'm also losing my cover. And I gotta make sure I have a really good skooma level by the time I get to the next stand, or else it's gonna waste a little bit of time. But not really that much, because I'm gonna be doing a skooma jump, and I'm gonna have to refill on skooma anyway at a certain time. So, if you hear the drinking sound, that's me using skooma 4 times. I do the YOLO jump to get the book, and I grab it first try, because I'm a boss. I use a little bit of health to take that jump, but that's okay. I can just heal while I'm in these hallways. And if you guys don't really realize, I can't escape the Master's vigilance, but I'm gonna try my darnest.
Cannot escape the Master's.
So help me,
You cannot escape.
The Lord Dagon!
the 9.
The Lord Dagon! You cannot escape
So this is the map memorization that I really like about this game, actually. The cave movement's really cool.
You cannot.
Okay. Now, I have escaped the Master's vigilance. I'm out of here. I killed those 2 guys in the beginning because they can really bother my aggro. And they can make it so I can't fast travel. Excuse me, Joffrey, I don't want to talk to you.
Ah.
Oh, my finger
I was
isn't
just-
fingering. Oh, okay, well, I didn't...
I hope so.
Fuck, I just said that.
I hope not.
Well,
Track.
we're gonna go track down some spies for Joffrey now. Oh,
What?
have you noticed that I shut up now? Alright, so we're gonna wait in between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. because that's when these guys will be around. I'm pretty sure it's 7 and 8 is okay also, so I'm just gonna wait until 6:14. I'm gonna be safe. Auto attempt the store again. There we go, finger. You did it. Nobody lick up her skirt. That's really rude. So we got not really a book. We got a scroll this time, so that's pretty cool. Hope you guys like math. Because that scroll was probably math related. Alright. So now I'm on the way to my second Oblivion gate, but Joffrey's being a dick and he's sleeping because this route's a little bit faster than the old one, and the in-game time switched up, so he's always just a loaf and he's in one of these beds at this point of the run. Which actually means that I'm on pretty good pace. So I'm going to talk to Joffrey. Go in the main room where Martin is because he's a bro and he's always going to sit in this chair if you're good.
I've decided.
But we're going to give him the Mask of Clavicus vial real quick so he can advance the storyline of the game. I'm going to go down here. Oh no! We broke the one rule! We went out of bounds. I've never gone out of bounds there before. So we have to reload to the point where we weren't out of bounds.
What have you learned?
Nobody saw that.
I will send word to. I've decided.
Farewell, my friend.
I've just.
And Martin gives him this information even though they're nowhere near each other.
Should run.
And I will go into the second Oblivion gate, which is the worst Oblivion gate actually. Nobody likes this one because Bird, this
Thanks for
bitch,
coming.
this Christopher Walken looking bitch, has to follow me via escort mission. Fucking Res 4. All the way through this Oblivion gate. And I do this to get his attention to come in here. Kind of passes in-game time when you do that, so it's pretty useful. Oh, a little disoriented. Okay, just make sure we kill the enemies that we feel like we should kill. I'm gonna play it safe for the marathon, of course. If you ever watch me do this, I pretty much YOLO it all the way into there to save time. I'm gonna kill almost everything that I see just to be safe.
Watch out!
And there we go. Okay, I'm gonna set up the skooma again real quick. Oh! Let's fix this by going over here. Okay. It's really easy to take fall damage and die in this game. So you gotta be careful. See, I barely even fell there. And now Boris is gonna thank me for helping him, saying it was a pleasure.
It was an honor.
It was an honor serving with you and going to a realm of hell and barely coming back to see my family and my kids. Oh yeah, that's right, there's no kids in Oblivion.
Hail.
Hail. It's actually sunny out. Maybe in the winter.
Good work.
What else can I do to help? That's pretty interesting. I'll go talk to your friend.
I figured.
You figured it out. That's so exhilarating.
Be sure to. So.
Oh, how did you know? Were you listening in on the conversation? Oh.
May your sword.
Well, I guess I'll go to some random place that I'm just going to assume is the right place to go. I was in that town, but I didn't like it, so I'm gonna leave. Oh, sweet, it's foggy out. Maybe now is an appropriate time to say hail. So now we're just running. I'm gonna go look for a dungeon and just play around in there for a minute because I'm kind of tired of doing the main storyline. Like, I got plenty of time to beat this speedrun, right? This game's only like a 4-minute game. I saw that any percent record was actually like 5 minutes, so I've got plenty of time to goof off and do whatever I want. So I'm just gonna go over here, in this place. This looks cool. It's like a castle. But I'm kind of scared. This looks spooky, so I'm gonna kill everything I see first. Make sure this castle's mine and no one else's. Any more spooky ghosts? Okay, I think we're good. Okay, dungeon crawling's pretty cool, but we're still gonna go fast. I just want to clear out the dungeon. Get to the loot. And then leave. I don't really care about looting bodies or anything. I bet they just have ectoplasm. I don't even want that. Like, I covered myself in ectoplasm this morning, so I'm good. But honestly, this is another one of those places where you really have to memorize the map. Quite a bit. And there is some RNG dependent parts where these guys in the hallways could either stay in the way back like a dick, or they could walk out. I just want to kill all the blue-hatted guys. Oh. So far I've killed 2 out of 4. And once we kill all 4, they'll let us get to the really good loot of the dungeon. And then we're probably just going to end up giving it to Martin anyway because he's selfish. He already took our Daedric item. He's just a dick. Excuse me, Mr. Ghost. Okay, now we're out of there. Those skeletons have huge hitboxes, so you can know if you're going to hit them way before. You can also hear the sound effect of the explosion. Like, even that wasn't even near him, it was like over his shoulder and it still hit him. So the leniency is really comfortable in this game. It's not an annoying speed game that much. The annoying parts are pretty much all past us. We walked a little bit too far. De-aggro the enemies. We're going to wait a few hours, make sure this guy doesn't talk to us. And then they'll all be over there T-bowing. Hopefully we can grab this. Snag! Oh, that's tight. I'm currently at my home, but about a month from now I will be at Summer Games Done Quick, doing a performance of this speed run, along with Fallout 3 on Friday afternoon. Okay, so I'm going to de-aggro the enemies from the inside of the building, attempt to fast travel, and hopefully nobody's following me. Okay, we're good. It really sucks. Sometimes when you fast travel away from Sancretor, enemies are following you. So we don't have to deal with Joffrey anymore and his sleepy ass.
My program.
Just Martin, and we're going to talk to him a lot, so... That's when you want to get good at clicking. Now we're going to talk to the Empress of Bruma, because there's going to be a siege outside of Bruma. Spoilers. Where it's kind of like a big tower defense.
Greetings.
But instead of a tower, we defend this guy called Martin.
Greetings.
Parkour.
I will call.
Alright, so now that the battle's about to begin, we're just going to come down here and then we're going to wait a little bit for Martin to show up. He's got his wonderful armor on. It's basically just a hat.
Soldiers of Cyrodiil, the Empire will stand or fall by.
And now we get to bring out our dukes again and do some fighting. Conveniently, the skooma brings up your strength, so your strength also brings up, like, your damage stat for when you hit things. So, the little enemies that are going to come out won't die from one flashbolt directly. So we can do the old 1-2 punch. Those guys are weak, surprisingly. The bigger guys are worthless. The scamps do the most damage, and they have the most health, so you should be afraid of them the most if you're afraid of anybody in a video game. Tough fight. The part that can end this, and it's ended it before for me once. It wasn't in a marathon, it was just in a normal run, and I was being kind of careless. Is Martin can die. And he's gonna have to really get swarmed to die. I'm pretty low on skooma, but I should be good for a little while. But I'll dupe later on if I need to. I can tell I'm low on skooma because I can move without my skooma needing to be used, which means my weight capacity is pretty low. Or at least it's under the limit. See, I can move around right now. Guy got wrecked. So I'm not even going to use my skooma out here anymore because I don't need to. One punch and a flashbolt will kill these guys even on no skooma. But the point is, you need to be able to move around, so that's why I use skooma. And I typically use a lot of skooma out here. Like, you could use one skooma just to move around. But I want to get rid of my skooma so I can be at this level where I can walk around. Oh, hello. Power in the kisser. I doubt this will be enough for the whole run, so I'll just do a little bit more duping. Right before I enter paradise. Yeah, the water's just really hot. It's not lava, trust me. Dip your feet in it, it feels good. There's a skooma jump you can use to get to that door, but I haven't practiced it enough and it's inconsistent and I don't want to waste my skooma amount that I have. And that's only a few seconds slower. Once again, we don't need the key. Because we've got a million lockpicks, which are basically keys, if you try hard enough. Go for this strat. There we go. We still need to kill this guy. Every time I use spells, I miss.
We won.
So that's that. So I'm going to quickly just do a little bit more duping. Whoops. There we go. I wanted to use 8, but it's okay. That's Joffrey. So Martin's not here yet. So I'll wait a bit. There he is.
I have.
Oh!
I
pressed the wrong option. I want him to open up the portal, of course. Gonna wait an hour. Well, that's weird. He's over there now. And he took off his hat. Alright, so now we're in paradise. Which, spoiler, it's not exactly paradise. Even in the cool-looking parts, there's still, like, enemies out there. And that guy doesn't even have a shirt on. It's incredibly indecent. And, like, besides just the cosmetic things, there's no internet here. So, like, I can't even go on Twitch. How am I expected to think that this is paradise?
You didn't think you could take me unawares.
But I gotta put on these, sweet wristbands. Because I'm a live-strong survivor.
Look now upon my paradise. Gaia allot.
And these doors are really hot, and they help me open them up. They're kind of like Hulk hands. If you ever go to Walmart and you see Hulk hands that you can buy for your kids, or for yourselves, because, you know, there's no shame in buying Hulk hands as, like, a 21-year-old.
Behold,
they can open up lava doors.
the savage god.
Like, they don't really say it on the box, because there's probably not enough room, and kids can't read the word lava, that's too many letters. You know, it makes sense for Comcast to be in Oblivion because, you know, it's kind of the devil.
Well done, champion.
Okay, I'm jumping over lava
swift
just by holding the W key. It's a really hard trick.
You will reach me after all.
If you want to practice it, make a save file.
You think I mock you?
In front of the lava. Reload that save file, and then hold the W key down.
In your coming, I hear the footsteps
and then you'll get it. So I can do another skooma jump on the staircase. It's really lenient, actually, so... There we go. Wow, because I didn't hit them. And this is the final boss of the game.
I welcome you.
And he's dead.
If you truly are the agent.
We're gonna try to sit on his throne.
I tire of the self-styled
We forgot how to sit.
heroes who set themselves in my path
Let's try that again.
only to prove unworthy.
No, sitting's not working.
You found...
Sometimes I can click really fast, and sometimes I can't. I just don't know. But this is the end of the game. Killed the final boss. We're saving the world, but it looks like the Imperial City is being attacked. But we're not going to tell the Emperor that.
Yes?
We're going to hide that from him because this is like his birthday party.
Everything is ready for Martin's arrival.
Don't tell him. It's a surprise.
I've been expecting.
Yeah. Surprise!
Martin Septim, on behalf of...
Chancellor Ocado.
Ah, this guy's going to tell him about the city. No, don't. It's his...
Chancellor Ocado. The city is under attack.
Damn it,
Oblivion
dude.
Gates have opened and Daedra are inside the walls.
Look at the look on his face now.
He's
It's his
overwhelmed.
birthday.
Courage, soldier. We have an emperor again. Your Highness, what are your orders? Shall the guard fall back to the
What a
palace?
fucking buzzkill.
No. If we let ourselves get besieged in the palace, we're doomed. We must get to the Temple of the One immediately.
As you command, sire. Guards, form up and protect the emperor. To the Temple of the One.
Alright, whatever. So, for your birthday, I didn't get you a present, but I will go save the world. You may die in the process. Don't worry about the, logistics of that and stuff. It's pretty convenient that your birthday is also your death day. We even got you a giant piñata. No care.
We're too...
I go through all this trouble for you.
Then I'll...
All you do is yell at me. But whatever, I guess that I'm just done with this game. Oh, I guess he is gonna play with his piñata. Oh, look at the candy! No, you can't, but you have to use the wiffle ball bat. I got you Sean Bean for your birthday.
The amulet is shattered. Dagon is defeated. With the dragon's blood and the amulet of kings, we have sealed the gates of Oblivion forever. The last of the Septims passes now into history. I go gladly, for I know my sacrifice is not in vain. I take my place with my father and my father's fathers. The third age has ended, and a new age dawns. When the next Elder Scroll is written, you shall be its scribe. The shape of the future, the fate of the Empire. These things now belong to you.